Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Lex2be. I'm Sydney, and I'll be doing this week's fun fact. And this is LaShonda, and she loves the spotlight. Did you know that carrots weren't always orange? They used to be only purple. You can still find purple carrots at a Walmart or a Publix. I don't know how much I'd really want to eat a purple carrot. Anyways, that's this week's fun fact. Now on to the next segment.
Hey Lex2be, welcome to our new segment, Lex2be Cribs. I'm Brock.
And I'm Emma.
Today, we are at Miss Reamer's Lex2be Crib at the Lexington District 2 Innovation Center. Let's go!
Lex2be Cribs, open up!
Hey guys, welcome to the Lex2be Crib.
Premiumbeat.com.
Hey guys, welcome to the home of Lex2be, Foundations of Animation, Advanced Animation, and Photoshop here at the Lexington 2 Innovation Center.
Premiumbeat.com.
The first thing I want to point out, even though it's a mess, this area is known as our pitch meeting table. So anything that happens for multimedia or Lex2be happens at this table. We have lots of stuff in the art wall created by former Lexington 2 students when they were at Ion the Eagle or Ion Innovation, and now with Lex2be. All right, let's go on over this way. We have furniture sitting all over the place, and I know that you think that's weird, but being just like MTV Cribs, we have our own studio in the room. Lots of times the furniture needs to move around so that we can design the set based on whatever we're gonna do. Over here, we have our full service studio. Over here is where the really big magic happens. This is the production suite for the editors and head producers of the show. So as you can see on the wall, you see all kind of sticky notes to remind them of all of the different things that they have to get done. And they work back here with Mac Pros and very fancy soundproof headphones. And they work with all types of different music and different sounds and different backgrounds, and it really comes together really cool. All right, over here we have the main classroom lab area. And then this is where I pretty much live. I'm at school all the time, day and night, and all of my stuff is up here. Some people might call it junky, but I call it controlled chaos. And that's it. Thanks for visiting my crib.
Today we're here at Primal Gourmet with Jennifer Boyd, the general manager. Jennifer, can you introduce yourself to us?
Hello, I'm Jennifer Boyd. I'm the general manager of Primal Gourmet and a proud West Columbia native.
And can you tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're from?
Yes, so I was born and raised in West Columbia, right up the street actually. I'm a Brooklyn Casey High School graduate of 2001, Go Bearcats. And I love it around here. I've never lived anywhere else but here. I'm a really big advocate for the city of West Columbia and everything that's going on here. There's a lot of positive growth here in the local community. And so I live in the home I grew up in, and I work right down the street, and it's good. Things are really good here.
So what's it like being a part of a new rising company in your hometown?
It warms my heart. Primal Gourmet, I mean, it started from a local person. The guy that started Primal Gourmet is from here. He went to BC, you know? And so it's such a cool thing to work for a company that works with local farmers and local vendors and fresh products and offers something that is delicious and gives good value. And it's right here in the local community too. It's right here in West Columbia where there's a lot of exciting stuff happens. So it's really neat. I love it.
So how did you become involved in the company?
It was one of those things where sometimes the timing is just right. I was looking for employment. I was getting ready to start looking for work, and I felt a need here. I reached out to the owner and we had a meeting, and then the rest is history. I've been here ever since.
What are the main responsibilities of your job?
So I am essentially the chief cook and bottle washer, sometimes they call it. So day-to-day operations, scheduling, all kinds of customer service. So we work on events, from the kitchen to the market to our pre-planned menus and our pre-ordering and our deliveries and everything in between.
And so what do you think personally makes Primal Gourmet different from other restaurants around the area?
So one thing that really sets us aside, in my personal opinion, is the local aspect combined with our desire to give back to our community. So we're from here. We work with farms that are from here. We really try to focus specifically in South Carolina and then our surrounding states with our farmers. And we have a program that delivers meals specifically geared for homebound seniors that we have opened up. Anyone has access to the program, but it was originally with the thought in mind for those homebound seniors. And those fresh meals for the homebound seniors is something that there's such a need for, and it's something that there wasn't really exactly what we're doing in the market. And we've heard from so many people that really fills a need for them and their families. And so I think that really is going to be our calling card over time.
Is there anything else you'd like for us to know? Any interesting facts about yourself or the company?
Primal Gourmet is just a baby still. So it was started in 2016, and we're in the old McGee auction house right here. We're sitting in front of it. So this was a building built by Carol McGee, who owns the McGee family real estate and things like that around here. And we bought this building and turned it into a brand new state-of-the-art prep kitchen. It is built to put out 10,000 meals a week, plus what we do in the market. So we're doing about 3,000 on average right now. So we are slated to grow here, and we really plan to expand that homebound delivery program because that's where the real need is in the community right now.
Thank you for being here with us today, Jennifer, and now on to the next segment.
On Friday, February 26th, our Lex2 crew went to Northside Middle School for Club Day. While checking out all the cool clubs, Lex2 reporter Brock Jones got the inside scoop on some of the more prominent Club Day activities.
Brock here again, and I am here with Miss Wayula and Salim Brandt. So, Miss Wayula, you are in charge of this wonderful club. Why did you start the club?
I felt like film studies needed a place at the middle school level, especially before my students hit high school, because I always teach my kids to dig into text, and film is another medium that they can pull from. So I wanted them to have an appreciation. And so each time we meet, we have a specific genre that we focus on. And so this week we're doing blockbusters, and we're looking at Jurassic Park.
And Celine, why did you join film studies?
Well, obviously, Wayula's a great teacher, making us dig into those texts, as she said. I really appreciate doing that, and this is one way I got another chance to do that.
And I'm going to ask both of you, what is your favorite part of film studies? I'll start with Celine.
The teacher.
Oh, stop it. Goodness. I would say just interaction with my students and just getting to know other students throughout the campus and showing them the love of movies that I have and sharing classics. Last time we did Sound of Music. This time we're doing Jurassic Park. So it's cool to show them classic films throughout history.
All right. Well, thank y'all.
Brock then spoke to Coach Saranic.
I am here with
Coach Saranic.
And you are in charge of what club?
We have the Special Olympics or our Unified Club.
Fun. So why did you start this club?
Why did we start this club? We started this club because we wanted to have our students at this school work together with individuals that have some disabilities so they can be good peer models for them, a good support system, and to let them know that we're here to be a whole school that cares about each other.
That is so sweet. So what is your favorite part of doing this club?
My favorite part about doing this club is seeing students interact that normally don't maybe interact. And they're having a good time playing with each other and being good teammates and good classmates.
All right, well, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys.
Brock then spoke to Dr. Stegall, coordinator of current events, Mysterious, Strange, and Odd.
I'm here with Dr. Stegall, and what club are you a part of?
Well, it's kind of a mixture of different things, but I called it Current Events, Mysterious, Strange, and Odd.
So why did you create the club?
I kind of created it off the cuff because I had been sick and I came back to school and I realized I had to do a club and they needed to know pretty fast. So I did what I was interested in, and I felt like maybe some of the kids would be interested in, which are mysteries of our world and mysterious stories and things like that.
And finally, what is your favorite part of your club?
My favorite part of the club is being able to share some of the things that interest me with some of my students, but then also to ask them what they want to find out about, because they also have questions and mysteries that they are interested in exploring.
Fine, well thank you, Dr. Segal.
You're welcome, Brock.
Finally, Brock spoke to Principal Matt Shillett, founder of Club Day.
I am here with Principal Mr. Shillett, so I'm going to ask you a few questions. So first of all, why did you create Club Day?
Well, I created Club Day for a reason. I created it so we could have, every student here would have the opportunity to participate in something they were interested in. It actually started with my focus of reaching the whole child. And you know, we spend all day in different classes, and this provides an opportunity to have about 30 different opportunities for students to choose where they want to go. It started off with teachers actually selecting what clubs they wanted to lead, and we came up with about 30 different opportunities for students to then select, and it provides you, the student, with the opportunity to do something you don't normally get to do in the school building and during the school day.
So how do students get to join their club?
So what we did is, after the adults created which club they wanted to do, I got a list running, approved every club, and then students were given the opportunity to sign up for their first choice and second choice. And we did everything in our power to make sure every student got either choice 1 or choice 2.
And finally, how has COVID affected Club Day?
Well, the question you just asked me plays into it, because we did have to put a cap on certain clubs based off of spacing and locations. COVID affected just as it does every day. We still have to follow our safety precautions. We still have to wear our face coverings. We still look at distancing, social distancing. So bigger clubs, for example, had to be moved to different areas just to meet the needs of the requirements of COVID.
All right, well thank you, Mr. Shillett.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's segment of Asking Dr. Wade. I'm Chloe.
I'm Peyton.
And as you can see, Peyton's not here with us today physically, so she'll be joining us remotely. And we're gonna kick off the interview with Dr. Wade. First question, how was your day?
You know, it's really exhausting when you're making so many people happy.
That can be quite exhausting.
Our next question is, how was the other one, also known as the real Slim Shady?
He is doing really well. He actually has been doing T-ball lately, and he's just absolutely loving it. It's his first experience with T-ball. So he got his first jersey, got a little hat, and he's just loving life.
Oh, that's so cute. What are your interests or hobbies outside of Lexington District 2?
That's nice that people think I actually do have hobbies outside of that. I guess I'm almost obligated to say family, friends, all that stuff. But like really, it's kind of, I'm definitely always an avid foodie. I'm absolutely a fantastic movie buff. If actually theaters were open, that'd be amazing. And I do like to golf whenever I'm able to, and you know that I'm committed to my job because my golf game is highly questionable.
Golfing is just such a dad thing. What?
I think it's an adult thing.
It's a dad thing.
It's a dad thing. Well, it's not like, grilling where you have like your Nike tennis shoes and the jeans. Like I feel like golf is applicable to anyone.
Mostly dads.
What is the most inspirational book you have ever read?
Inspirational.
Yeah. One that really just kind of knocked you off your socks with inspiration. I don't think that's a phrase.
For what? Life?
Sure.
I'll tell you one of the books I greatly appreciate that means a lot to me, and it's The Once and Future King. And I like it because anyone that's unfamiliar with The Once and Future King, it's actually the story of King Arthur and Merlin, and actually the Disney film The Sword and the Stone was loosely based off of it. Random. So I always appreciated that book because you actually have a very young and inexperienced boy who's thrust into something, and then obviously comes out to be one of the greatest leaders in fictional British history. And I absolutely love the whole how they do Merlin, because Merlin is a very seasoned individual, but since he's aging in reverse, and just how that kind of conflicts with trying to tutor this young person. So I love the Winston Future King.
I've never read it, but that sounds like a very good book.
It's a good English teacher book.
You have the English teacher look.
I was an English teacher.
Oh my gosh, that makes so much sense.
It does. It was fantastic. That's why it was fantastic.
Wow. What music and/or podcast have you been listening to recently?
For podcasts, what I have a whole list of fun little nerdy podcasts. You know, whether it's about movies, politics, even board games or satire. I have a couple of trivia podcasts, but and also like a few NPR because I'm old. So, but I do listen quite a lot. So that's what I've been listening to lately.
Yeah. Well, using your trivia podcast, we're gonna go ahead and get into this week's trivia. Be back in about 2 seconds. So, Dr. Wade, are you ready for this week's trivia question?
As always.
And this week's trivia question is, what is the name of the ghost at Airport High School?
You have 15 seconds.
Isn't it named after someone in one of the other buildings?
Sure.
George Iper?
That's right! You...
I would like to thank Mr. Eisenhower and Dr. James, because I swear they all had stories.
All right, since Chloe failed with her miserable question to Dr. Wade, I have teamed up with him to give her own trivia question this week. And your question is, how many years our dear teacher, Miss Reamer, taught in Lexington District 2?
Consecutively?
Total.
Total?
Not so much fun now, is it?
I think it's like 21?
Is that your final answer?
Is it my final answer, Miss Reamer?
You have 15 seconds.
Miss Reamer, is it my final answer?
5,
4,
Just do it.
3, 2,
Just do it.
1.
Very aggressive. All right, that was the wrong answer. And Miss Reamer is here to tell you she's been teaching in Lexington District 2 for
12 years.
So I got it backwards, okay?
Still sucks.
Started back here in '99 and came back after a short absence to make a total of 12. Congratulations, Chloe.
We'll see you next week.
Oh, that was worth it.
That didn't even get my face!
Yeah, but
I feel so defeated.